good to be here. I'm glad it's a nice night. You guys enjoying the show so far? I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you guys are too. Had a busy day. I was at the gym earlier. Okay, no, too late. You are right to doubt what I just said. I wasn't exercising at the gym. I was creepily staring into the window. Like it's a lobster tank at a restaurant. I was like, Garçon! May I have the one in the corner, please? No, not that one. The one that looks like it's running for its life. No, not the one on the climbing wall. Alright, merci beaucoup. Call back to Mara said. Give it up for Mara and Nico. Thanks, guys. So it's new year, new me, right? It's according to Facebook's demands. Hey, like everyone else, I made a New Year's resolution, and just like everyone else who looks like me, I resolved to look less like me by December. It's going all right so far, and the reason I decided to make this goal, it's not like a self-esteem thing, it's actually a practicality thing. I actually really like keeping my hair like military level short, because it's just easy to maintain, but I'm tired of looking like an out-of-shape soldier. Hey, nice to see it. Because I used to work like right next to a Marine base, and every once in a great while, they would walk by me, they'd see like the short hair and this, and they'd be like, yo, General Fatten, PTSD, put the snaps down. I'm really committed to this thing emotionally, financially now. In case you're wondering what this thing on my wrist is, it's a Fitbit, which is basically a very expensive pedometer. Like that's it. That's it syncs to my phone. Yay! That's worth like triple markup. But it does work. Like, it actually helps me out a lot. It tracks like how many steps I walk, the distance I walk, and it's really useful when you're trying to get in shape. The problem is I have real stupid friends. And I tell them like, oh, this tracks my movement, and they'll respond with questions like, hey man, aren't you afraid the government's gonna track you with that thing? And I'm like, no, dude, no one at the NSA cares that I walk to Foodland 4 times a week. I don't walk to Foodland because it's the land of food. I walk there, it's far from my house. I just wanted to clear the air on that one. Really am committed to the health thing. I quit smoking, and alright, I appreciate the applause, I do, but it's also like rewarding someone for not licking batteries anymore. It's like, good job stopping making bad decisions, fatty, right on. But in case any of you resolve to do that, or you have the desire to quit smoking, my one advice to everyone would be know what you're getting into. A little bit of research will go a long way, if anything. I went to Wikipedia after I quit, or a little while after I quit, and I found out that the 3 biggest symptoms of nicotine withdrawal are irritability, an increase in appetite, and being stupid enough to look up your medical advice on Wikipedia. Harsh. So a little bit about myself. I grew up here in Hawaii, but I went to college in Idaho because I make bad decisions. That's the TLDR version of that story. But of course, when anyone moves away to anyone else, there's a little bit of culture shock, some stuff you have to get used to. One thing I never got used to myself was the time difference. Like, did you hear that crack? That's why I gotta look less like this, folks. Anywho, where was I? Oh, there. That's right. The thing that I never got my head around was the time difference. Like, if it was 6 o'clock in Hawaii, it was 1961 there. Hard math. That's the other thing. The other thing I had to learn a lot was that no one knew anything at all about Hawaii. And it didn't really hit me that that was going to be the reality until about 3 months in. I was at this party talking to this girl. I mentioned that I'm from Hawaii, and she says, "Oh, that's so cool. I've never met a Hawaiian before." So I told her, well, technically you still haven't. And I saw her thinking real hard for a second, and I had to explain to her, well, I'm from Hawaii, like born and raised, but I'm not of like Polynesian descent at all. And she's like, oh, so you're a native Hawaiian. Alright, woohoo! What's up, folks? Enjoying the awesome food up here? Guys, drinking? Who's drinking? Who likes? Yeah. Alright, who likes forgetting jokes? No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. Alright, so single people make noise. Single people make noise. Okay, like 3 dudes and someone in the back that I can't see. We'll talk after a couple more drinks. I'm good here. I'm kidding. Just want to point out to the crowd, though, just to defend myself, I'm not one of those dudes that don't know how to talk to women, and that's why I'm single. Like, I've never been pepper sprayed more than once by the same woman. No. She's like, oh, that's sad. That's alright. But anyway, single people, like, who's in relationships? Who's in a relationship? And you're making noise if you are. And the dude sitting by himself is obviously mine. I'm kidding, we're buddies. No, but I will say for the people in relationships, if you've had a friend who's single and has been single a while, like, take a look, like, just try to understand it's hard to be single, like, for a while too, because weird stuff will pop into your head for no good reason whatsoever. Like, before all of you lovely people arrived, I was getting some drinks with the bartender back there, Jason. Now give it up, everybody, for a bartender. Yeah. Yeah. Really hope I got your name right, man. Really. I didn't get it right. It's Chad's fault. I ordered my drink, and they take a couple of sips, and I'm like, yo, dude, did you spit in this? And he's like, no, of course not. And I'm like, well, could you? Didn't give you that 75-cent tip for nothing. This one lady was like, oh my God, why would he do that? I can talk about it. Because it's funny, that's why. I'm sorry. Okay. Moving back to my sadness. Forgot. Hi, everybody. Hi. I was going to talk about online dating before I heard every set that came before me. But I'm going to do it anyway, and according to Mara's rules, you all need to take a drink. So do that right now, please. Yeah. Now I'm funnier. No, but the online dating thing is fine. Like, I don't judge people for doing it, but I just don't do it myself because I have a lot of friends who haven't had the best results. I'm going to say this was a couple of weeks ago. It's been a while, but a couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine was telling me about this girl he met online through one of these dating sites, and, you know, going through the whole gushing thing, like, oh, she's so this, and she seems like this, all of that. And about some point in the conversation, he drops this little nugget that they met on this online dating site during a free weekend. Like, I didn't know that dating sites had free weekend previews like HBO used to, but apparently they do. And like, this information hit my brain, and I want to remind everyone that I'm a comic, and I'm also kind of a dick. So when this friend poured his heart out to me, the most helpful thing I could say was, oh, so she's desperate and poor? Ooh, don't feel bad for the person I made up for this story. Alright. So, relationship people, I do want to say, I have to applaud you. That is some hard work. It is tough. Give yourselves a round of applause, too. Yeah. It's hard stuff. But there's also fun stuff about relationships, too. It's like, every relationship can be fun. Has its fun points. When I'm when I'm taken, like I love going on double dates. Like I do, it's fun. It's a good night out. Because no matter how bad the night actually goes, you have two people to make fun of on the way home, right? It's like, hey, honey, is Lisa's new friend part gargoyle? Like, I thought her left eye was lazy, not dead. Rude. Someone said rude. Alright, that's okay, also made up. If that makes you feel any better, don't write the angry blog, I don't care. But I will say that things are looking up because things are getting better for me and I'm getting off stage, so it's looking up better for you too. I went on a date recently and, okay, hey. Woo! I don't even know what I'm doing out here. Hey, I went on a date recently, and a question for everybody: who's had who's heard that piece of dating advice? If they're nice to you but not to the waiter, that should be a deal breaker. Like, who's heard that? Clap if you have. Yeah. That's good advice. It's very good advice. But I had the opposite happen to me. I was on a date with someone who was nicer to the waiter than they were to me, and I can pinpoint the exact reason why. About halfway through the date, this girl